How's this? Can you hear me? Is this better audio? It's a really noisy machine. You can hear me? I don't know if you can hear me or not, but you could try. What's that like? What's that like? How's that go? Gonna try it out and see. Well, hi guys. Welcome back to the channel, etc. It's miserable and wet here, and I've not been doing a lot. Actually, I'm basically doing some sketch work for a sign job, but put some varnish on some boards and stuff. But I thought, well, we'll make another whistle video, have a bit of a look at the drawing, because I haven't shown you that yet. I don't think anyone's seen the drawing, and a bit of an idea. This is the whistle drawing. It's not full size. I printed this on A2. It probably could have gone comfortably on A1 and still been about right. But this is still only about 70-80% of the size. It's bigger than 60% because this is 60% and we're sort of half as big again, but I don't think it's 90%. We're not half as big, we're another 20%. It's probably 80% size. But we're working on this bowl. If we have a look. Look, this is the bowl with the spider in it and 4 legs. See, one here. There was a comment, are you sure that hasn't got 5 legs to match up? And it's a bit strange that it doesn't, but there's one absolutely in the centre and one each side. So as far as I can see, it's got 4 legs on it, and that's how I've made it. The next piece is this fitting here. This says it's 12 threads, 16th of the foot, tapered thread on here, and 2 3/4 diameter. I don't know where that comes from, really. It's a bit of a mystery. If we have a look at this hexagon size here, it's only 2 3/8 diameter on the hex. If we have a look at this here, which is the hexagon on here, this is only 2 3/8 of an inch diameter across there. So the 2 3/4 I think is a typo. 2 3/8 is closer to what it needs to be. We've actually made a casting which has still got sand and stuff inside. It needs a good clean up. But this is going to clean up okay to 2-inch BSP, which is what this plastic fitting I got to check the thread is 2-inch BSP. So this needs a good clean up next. A lot of this crap coming off it and cleaning up, so I might go and do that now. But We'll have a look at it when I come back. So I had a bit of a clean up, got rid of some of the sand, and cleaned the sand down the middle of this because it was a mess. This isn't a bad casting, it's not a good casting either, but it will clean up. It looks a bit ugly here, but I think it will clean up. I've measured it up a bit. The hex is pretty good. This round piece is pretty good, and the bore's nice and concentric. So this needs setting up. Probably the best way to do this is to set this up in the 3-jaw. If I had a big enough 3-jaw, I'm not sure I'd do. I'm probably going to set this up in the 4-jaw this way round, grip it on here, and machine this to size, which is size for 2-inch BSP, whatever that is. So that'll screw on there, and bore it 1 5/8 which is bore it 1 5/8, which is the right size here for this piece, which is the spin. Basically, it's the spool for the valve, which goes in there. So I'm going to bore that 1 5/8 and put a seat on it for that while it's still concentric. We get all that cleaned up, then we can turn it around and grip it on here and set it up and machine all this end. And when we've done that, we need to put a slot through here. There's a slot goes through here. If we look at this like this on the drawing, slot goes through here all the way through. And there's a 5/8 pin in the middle here and a hole in the back here. So I'm sort of feeling if we set this up here in the mill first and mill all these flats nice and straight and square before we do anything, probably, I don't know where to start with some castings, but this basically has to fit. This fits here in this hole, down flush there, and that gets welded on. So don't know where to even start. Probably set this up in the 4-jaw here and machine this and this and start thinking about what to do there. This is a bit ugly here, but I think it'll clean up just. Centre stud, and it's sort of a bit critical about shape and size and concentricity and flatness and stuff, but we've got one cast, and this is just brass. I've a bit of a trick of a thing to machine. If we're going to be honest, I've set this up on the outside and got it somewhere near concentric on this outer rim here, this rim here, this way around in the 4-jaw, and machined this nice and then machined the outside nice, or machined this nice and then bored it. And then I set it up on an inch mandrel, centerless, like a centered mandrel, which expands and keeps it tight. And then I've machined the outside and I've got all this right and this shape right. Everything looks really good. I've just machined this to thickness. This gap in the top here needs to be about 1/16 of an inch recess. So just off the rough casting, that's a fun thing to measure. What I've got is put a 200 thou gauge block on there and made this to here, to this distance, 630 thou. So that means that I think that means that this, hopefully when we get it done, that means that this distance, or this surface here will be 1/16 under 500 there. It's 130, yeah, you know. That's how I've done it anyway, roughly. This has got to have a recess machine in it and it's got to be bored, but we'll do that later. Next job I think is to turn it round and to get it to thickness and machine this outer rim here properly and clean this up. And then we'll think about setting it up nicely to bore it and to counter bore the back to fit the other casting. So that's what we've got so far. It's not real tight. I mean, this is pretty tidy through here, really. We've got a bit of a spot here. Most of that will clean out of it when we counterbore it. But apart from that, it's not terrible. This nail needs a little bit off it to clean it up. This will need a bit off it to clean it up. And it won't be bad. So I've got an old bearing out of there. This is a sort of a spacer, so that it sits up nice on the jaws rather than on the, gives us some sort of a some sort of a platform to bolt that to get it concentric that way, so there's no wobble in it. And that's running pretty jolly nice. So I guess that the thing is to take how much it is, it's not very much off the inside there, and match it up here, and that should give us our total thickness of 1/2 inch, and we can set it up here on the outer rim somewhere and bore it. So then we can get in and measure this, because we know that this outside here matches this now. It's a sharp edge on there, I might take that off. So we know that this room here matches this one now, so if we measure this it should be 1/2 inch. Use our calipers with a bit more length in them, they're a bit harder to read. Maybe I'm just getting old. That's 10th iota, which is 1/4 millimetre, so 0.25 on here. Pretty well exactly 500 there, so that's looking good. Do I turn the tool around and give this a clean up, or do I just clean it up with a bit of paper? Might just leave it and probably set it up on this outside edge. Don't like doing. So after a bit of messing around, it wasn't a big job, but I've got this set up on the inside hole here, within about a thou, something like that. That's 6, 4 there, and 5 there. And on this side it's 5 there, and about 5 there. So that's the high side there. And it's not even. That's the high side there. That's, look, sweet. Yeah, it could be just a hole in the casting there. Anyway, we're going to call that good enough. I guess there, we've set up a boring bar. I'm going to bore this to 1.1/8, measure it, get this right through, and then start thinking about putting this recess in here. We'll have a look when we've got it right. Camera angle's always fun, but this fits. It's not too wobbly. It's a reasonable fit there, I think. It's nice and concentric here. There's no real give. It might be a fraction closer on this side than this side, but I don't think there's much in it. It's pretty good. It's not quite down flat flush there like it probably should be, but I think we're going to live with that. You can clean this burr off here, and that's what it looks like on the back, so it's probably not a bad thing, I think. That's another part made. There's lots we can do. This threaded stud through here is probably something that's going to happen over Christmas, and probably some threads on here and some pieces for the bottom. This needs a pipe thread on it. This needs machining up. We could grip this up and machine this probably next, so that it fits nicely in the back there. And from there oh gosh, it's a difficult thing to machine, isn't it? It really is. I think maybe we set this up. That's why I haven't done it. I've procrastinated it. Maybe we set this up in the 3-jaw and machine this down to size and thread it. Put it in something on this way around and collar it, or make something so it doesn't damage the thread anyway. Probably find a, don't know if the plastic nut's good enough, probably a galvanised nut or a piece of pipe or something to screw into that so that we can hold it and set it up nice. If there's enough land here, we set it up to here and then machine this and bore it. And then we can start, when this bores in here and this taper and this thread, we can start messing around with this here and putting a pin in it in the slot. A lot of work in that bit. Anyway, that's what I've done today. Be kind to each other. There'll be another video soon, but putting this up today. Just a bit of an update on the Northern Pacific whistle.